I'm Renée from Two Birds Design, and I worked on this project with our designer, Maggie, who was actually the first point of contact with the homeowner.
Kelly originally called us in for a one-time design consultation, focusing on the bathrooms upstairs. But when we did our walkthrough and we ended on the main floor, we started to talk about how the function doesn't really work for them all that well.
There was a lot of wasted space. The dining room table was kind of positioned in the front area, and then there was a large closet that divided the foyer from their existing dining room. The kitchen layout was also really inconvenient. There wasn't really a formal working triangle. It just wasn't efficient use of space.
There wasn't a lot of structural changes. It was really just reworking the functionality of the space, creating different zones so the flow was better, whereas before it was a bit broken up.
Maggie already had kind of a vision in her head of the few different directions we could propose, and we knew that we had to start with the kitchen.
We moved the stove to the side so we could have a nice big island, add some seating, and we kept the sink in the island. We like to tease the client because she really wanted a bigger island. The original island was, I would say, about half the depth. So we almost doubled the depth, even a little bit more, to give her that really big island. We went with a really great green color from Farrow & Ball called Minster Green, and it really just brightened up the space and added some great contrast.
Because we have such a massive amount of storage in the island, we were able to eliminate a lot of the upper cabinets that were in the existing kitchen and have our pretty open shelving area.
We have a handmade square backsplash. It comes in varied tones, which adds some interest. And then we did brass accents. So we did brass faucets, brass lighting, and then over the island, the client really wanted to mix in the black and brass together. So we found a really cool fixture to go over the island that brings in both finishes.
We knew we wanted wallpaper. Maggie had started out looking at florals. I had separately started looking at florals. We combined the options, sent them to Kelly, and then she randomly stopped into I believe it was a Benjamin Moore paint store, and she sent us a photo of this, and the colors just picked up everything perfectly, and we all said, yes, this is the one.
The original plan on the staircase was to change up the railing, maybe make it a little bit more traditional or transitional, but when the wallpaper went up and the space was complete, the staircase looked amazing, so we just decided to keep it. A happy accident.
Another space that we reworked was the existing powder room that was quite a bit deeper than it is now. And with that deeper powder room, we were losing the opportunity to put the dining room table in the central area of the home. So the solution for that was to go with a wall-hung toilet versus a standard toilet so that we could gain the clearance required between the toilet and the vanity.
The client really wanted shiplap. We painted it a vibrant blue color, and we found a great wallpaper from a company called Rifle & Co. and a vanity with an integrated sink.
We knew that the young family would need more space for their living area. Initially, there was one sofa kind of awkwardly placed in the middle of the home. There wasn't a really designated living room area. Kelly had the idea to remove the front hall closet, and that really opened up the front room and allowed us to take advantage of that space.
The original dining room is now the living room with a new gas fireplace, new built-ins, open shelving, lots of functional storage, a great brick feature with a beautiful mantle. We did change the fireplace. Originally, it was just a drywall built out with a square fireplace. It was quite high. We kept the drywall build out, but we added some depth so they could get a nice linear gas fireplace, added a mantle, and then they could put their TV above so that all the family could hang out in the one space. So the fireplace finish is a brick veneer with a mortar on top of it. It looks very close to real brick. We added some shiplap in a bit of a larger scale, so it does read a little bit more modern, and added some walnut floating shelves for them to put some of their family heirlooms on, books, things like that, and just have a little bit more interest.
Once we lost the closet in the front, we knew that we'd have to introduce new storage. That didn't separate the space, and we wanted it to be visually light so that when you walk in, it wasn't just this big, heavy obstruction within the space.
We created a built-in with hooks, really functional storage, shoe storage, made it look really pretty. We extended the front entry with this great tile we found from Centura. It extends the space and it gives the family a lot more room to walk in, and it's also a beautiful tile.
What was interesting about this project is the aesthetic of the space, and the direction kind of drastically changed throughout the project. Originally, it was almost a little bit more glam, and it was beautiful, but it was missing a lot of warmth and texture.
Kelly has documented the entire design process in this great black book. She even has fold-outs of her inspiration images. It's quite something. She had some great ideas. She knew exactly what she wanted, and it was really helpful to us to achieve this beautiful, seamless, cohesive look.